Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the OKP Life K2 Robot Vacuum Cleaner. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. You can see the retail box and packaging right here. Check it out. Everything looks great. Very simple and straightforward with their logo and branding on the backside. When I purchased this RoboVac, I also bought a couple additional RoboVacs, and I thought I made a mistake and ordered two of the exact same vacuums. But it turns out I also ordered, you can see right here, the Lafont M210 robot vacuum cleaner, and they have identical packaging right here. Check that out. Nothing is different between them besides the logo and branding on the back. And spoiler alert, both of these are the exact same price. More on this later. Here are all the contents. First up, you can see we have our instruction guide and manual right here walking us through everything we need to know about the vacuum, from what's included to a nice diagram of all the features and everything that's included here, from the vacuum to the charging base to the dustbin to the remote control, how to properly prep your area before use. And then they walk you through operational instructions right here. It takes anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5 hours to fully charge the vacuum. Link to the QR code. You can search for the OKP Life app as well to download for iOS and Android devices. Operating modes and sequences right here if you want to use the remote control, or if you want to use the start pause button on the vacuum. We have some maintenance suggestions right here as well. You can see that continues on. Our indicator lights and alarm sounds. If you have any questions, you can check out these helpful charts. And we have some troubleshooting information at the back of the book and some product specs right there and warranty information. Next, you can see we have our side cleaning brushes right here. We have an extra air filter, 2 AAA batteries for the included remote control with the OKP Life logo and branding on them. Next, you can see we have our docking station and charging base right here with the included cleaning tool. Here's the charging contacts for the vacuum, some IR sensors in there. You can see where the power cord connects, and we have an indicator light right there. You can see from the back side, the other side. Here it is from the very bottom. You can see we have 4 grip feet on the unit. Here's our power supply and adapter. And lastly, we have the vacuum. Let's go ahead. Let's look at that in more detail. Here's a look at the vacuum up close. Check it out. You can see we have a helpful sticker on the front walking us through 6 quick steps for setup with the QR code to the OKP Life app. We can gently peel this sticker off, and now you can see what the unit looks like. I really like the color that we have on this unit. You can see their logo and branding, our power button front and center. We can also open up this flap to reveal our dustbin right here, and we have our on and off switch. Let's go ahead. Let's take the dustbin out. You can see QR code to the mobile app again, our cleaning steps. There's the filter already installed for us right there that we can easily remove and clean and replace as needed. So check that out. That looks great. We have this little latch right there to open up to empty out the contents. You can see what it looks like with the dustbin removed as well. And you may notice we have troubleshooting information right here at the top of the cover for you. Really convenient. Presses right back in place. Now you can see it from the back side right here. Here it is from the side. So we have our IR panel and sensor. You can see that. And there's no navigational bumper, so keep that in mind with this particular unit. There's no front bumper. It's just using the sensors to navigate. And we can flip it over to the bottom side right here, and you can see where we're going to install our left and right side cleaning brushes. We have our spring-loaded drive wheels, additional product information, some cliff sensors for us. We have our omnidirectional wheel, our charging contacts. And you may notice right here on the unit, we have no brush roller. This is just a straight suction RoboVac. Basically, the 2 side cleaning brushes are going to sweep all the contents right here, and it's going to suck them right in. Now let's go ahead, let's get this set up. So setup's simple and straightforward. The first thing we have to do is install 2 of the included side cleaning brushes. They're not labeled or color-coded or anything like that, so you can install them on either the left or the right option. Just line up the square, gently press in place. So same thing right here. Just line it up. It'll snap right in, and there we go. We have just set up the vacuum. Just for fun, I wanted to show you these 2 vacuums side by side. You can see that they're identical to each other. The only difference is the color and the logo that's on the vacuum. We can even open up the flaps. You can see the top. And again, they're identical to each other. So check that out. And their dustbins are the same. We can mix and match those as we see fit. So there we go. Look, we're swapping them in the units right there. They're the same from the sides. You can see that. They're identical. Flipping them over to the back and looking at the very bottom, you can see they're identical. Everything's the same. All of our input voltage, all of that information is identical as well. We could mix and match the side brushes. You're gonna get the same cleaning experience with both of these units. Now that we got the vacuum itself set up, let's go ahead and get the mobile app set up. So I went ahead, I downloaded the OKP Life app from the QR code on the back of the dustbin right here, went through all the steps to set up, and as soon as we connected to the RoboVac's hotspot and network, we were unable to proceed any further with our setup within that app. You can see the error that we got on the screen right here. This happened every time, regardless of what I did or didn't do. I'm quite stumped as to why we are experiencing that issue. But with that being said, this vacuum cleaner works with the Tuya Smart app. That's basically the same app that we have right here from the OKP Life app. It's just a clone of the Tuya Smart app. So if you're not familiar with that app, it's called the Smart Life app. It works with thousands of other brands who make smart products, and it's really a genius idea. Basically, they all just use one app, and it's really great for us, the end user and consumer, because you can buy products from tons of different brands that all use one app. So we're going to be setting this up within that app. You can see I have the app pulled up on the screen right now. This is the screen you're going to be at once you sign in or create an account. You can see we have some studio lights connected right now, but we're going to add another device. So go ahead, select the blue plus icon in the top right-hand corner. You can see the vacuum just came up that we can easily add it manually. It found itself. I didn't have to do anything. But in this case, I'm going to select do not add so we can go through all the steps with you. But if you get that prompt right now, go ahead and do that. But if you didn't, don't worry, we can still set it up. So choose small home appliances. We're going to scroll down until we select robot vacuum Wi-Fi. Go ahead at this screen, enter your Wi-Fi information. Make sure you're connected to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network, then select next. And now you can see we have the vacuum. It's found again, and it wants to connect to our network. If you see a screen that walks you through a flashing light, an indicator, things like that, just hold down the power button for around 3 seconds until it beeps. Check the box, select next, and you should be at this screen. So there we go. You can see it found the device, the K2, and it's successfully setting it up right now. You can see that little prompt, the circle, is going to continue to get fuller and fuller. And there we go. It actually already added it to Alexa as well, since we already had the Smart Life app synced with our Alexa. So you can see that prompt maybe on the screen. And we're all set and ready to go. We can select next. We can change the name if we want. We can select done. And now we're taken into the device settings right here. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the settings for this vacuum in more detail. First up in the top right-hand corner, you can see with that little pencil icon, this is where we can view all of our device settings. We can change the name, view device information, third-party control options right here. This will work with Alexa and Google Assistant. We also have our offline notification status. We can turn that on or off. We can share this device with friends or family members. We can also view FAQ and feedback sections, add to home screen, check device network, and we can also update our device right there. You can see we do have an update available. And then you can see we can remove the device as well. Going back to the main device screen, you can see currently it's in standby mode. We have our battery percentage, our cleaning time and cleaning area as well. That will be populated once we actually start this up to clean. You can see we have additional controls at the bottom. We have our power button, standby, smart cleaning. We have our charging base. We have what they're calling bow. I'm guessing it's supposed to be row. And this is your row by row neat navigation for great cleaning. We have our wall follow. That's just going to be a perimeter clean and sweep, just going along the walls, edges, and baseboards. We have our spiral section. This is going to be your spot cleaning mode. So set it in the area that you want to clean. It will fan out and make a bigger circle and then go back in on itself and just clean that area. We have our manual control options right here where we can use our phone as remote control to drive it around. And then you can see we have our settings right here. We can adjust our suction levels from low to medium to high. Keep in mind, high will give you the best clean possible, but also will use up the most battery. So find what works best for you. Then you can see we can seek the robot. So we can press this. It will make a little noise so we can easily identify it. We can view our cleaning record and history right here once we have one. And lastly, we have our timer option. This is going to be so we can set a schedule if we want. We can choose hour, minute, AM, or PM, which days of the week we want it to repeat. You can leave a note for yourself here too. You can also choose to get a notification if you want, and also you can choose to switch it on or off at that time. Now let's go ahead, let's let it charge up and try it out. Now you can see we got the vacuum cleaning on our hard floors right here. Check it out, everything is working great. So first up, we're in the smart auto mode right here. So you can see how it's cleaning just in a random sporadic order, moving around in a zigzag randomized pattern. You can see that right here as it's cleaning. Now you can see we have it in the bow cleaning pattern, but I believe that's just a typo in the app and it should say row. You can see how it's working right here as it cleans. And you get a sneak peek of how it can navigate different obstacles. It drove up on the rug just fine and made the transition off the rug to the hard surface again. But this is that row by row navigation. So watch as it encounters the cabinets right here. It will turn around and go back again in a nice, logical, sensical cleaning pattern. So you can see right here, it recognizes what it's doing. Now it's going to work on turning around, going back the other way, giving us that nice clean. What I really like about row by row navigation is the fact that it guarantees a really accurate and precise clean every time. As you can even see in the mobile app right here, now it's showing us that row by row pattern as it's cleaning. So we've gone down and back, and now we're going down again in that nice row by row pattern. Now you can see we have wall follow mode activated right here. Check it out. You can see it's going to encounter the wall and follow the perimeter of every room, cleaning just in that area. So you can see it navigating right here. It'll just clean under the cabinets. It'll follow the baseboards and every exterior wall in the room. So you can see right there, it's just going to follow along and clean just that area for you. Now you can see we're going to activate our spiral cleaning mode, otherwise known as spot clean. You can see the vacuum's going to move around and around right here in a circular pattern, just cleaning one specific area. So check that out. Again, it's just going to move in a circular motion, expanding that circle as it goes along. And eventually it'll shrink back down on itself and finish the spot clean. All right, there you go. You can see it's beeping now, letting us know that it just finished spot clean. Now we can't forget about one of my favorite modes. We have our manual mode right here. So watch what happens. First up, we can press the play button. It's going to start moving, and then we can just change the direction of it while it does its thing, which is pretty cool. So you can see that right there. All those arrows just change the direction that it's going. We can pause that, and then we can manually control it right here. So you can see what we're working with. I thought this button would go backwards, but you can see it just turns it for us a different direction. And then we can hold down these buttons indefinitely too, and you can see it'll spin forever, or we can let go and choose to go forward as we desire. Very, very responsive to the mobile app. Now you can see the vacuum's approaching the top of our landing right here. Check it out. The sensors kick in. It's smart enough not to drive any further or fall down the stairs. So the cliff sensors are working great in preventing the vacuum from having any accident. Now you can see we have the vacuum cleaning on carpets right here. No issues at all. It's able to move about freely. And you can see currently we have it set to row by row navigation, and you can see the pattern on the carpet right here. It has done a little bit of a slight zigzag. But you can see it's cleaning without any issues, leaving us nice cleaning lines. While it's cleaning right here, let's go ahead, let's adjust the suction setting. So you can see currently we have middle suction. Now we have high suction right there, and it is noticeably louder as you would expect. And now let's bring the suction down to low. You can see here's our low suction setting. Don't forget, when the vacuum's done cleaning, it'll make its way home, and you can always initiate it going home via the mobile app as well, or using the included remote control. But here we go. You can see it's approaching the charging base. It found its way back home, and it's charging up. Now that we finished cleaning, let's look at the results. So first up, let's open up and check out the dustbin right here. So you can see the dustbin's fairly full. I'd say we still have at least half of our capacity remaining. So check it out. You can see all the crumbs, dirt, dust, and debris right here. Tons of pet hair all wadded up. We even have some tissues up at the top. You may notice we have some tissues sucked in there. So it's able to cover a wide variety and range of items around the house on your floor. It'll be able to vacuum them up. You can see inside right here, everything looks great, nice and clean. Let's flip it over to the bottom. You can see after a couple of passes, we already have some hair and carpet fibers and threads tangled up in here. So that's from our shag rug. If you don't have a shag rug, chances are you won't have that many tangles right here, but you can easily peel them off, use the included cleaning tool, or you could actually take off our side cleaning brushes and clean them that way. I noticed on this side in our spring-loaded wheel, some of that tissue is stuck in there. It's stuck down in there, but we have some tissue residue right here on our wheels. So just clean it as needed. You may notice since we don't have a main brush roller, you won't have to maintain any tangles or snags right here in the main brush because we don't have one. So now let me share with you my final thoughts in regards to the OKP Life Robot Vacuum. Here's what I want to say. This is definitely the case of you get what you pay for. So ask yourself, what features can or can't I live without? And that'll be the key to deciding if this is the correct RoboVac for you. Here's what I'll say in my experience. I prefer to have LiDAR navigation, self-emptying base, mopping module. I like the 3D vision a lot of RoboVacs are now equipped with in the front, but all those features that I want add a hefty premium to the price. If you just want a basic RoboVac that's good for cleaning hard floors and surfaces, that works with iOS and Android devices, Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, you can use a remote control or set a schedule, and you don't care about anything else, then this is going to be a top choice and contender for you. I do want to add though, for a couple of bucks more, you can find RoboVacs on the market today that actually have a main brush roller and cleaning system that I would argue will give you a much better clean, especially on carpets, but they will also impact the cleaning capabilities on hard floors and surfaces. So again, this is very basic. It's not going to clean as well as just about any other RoboVac on the market today due to the fact that it is, brushless, so to speak. But I do want to point out, if you have a lot of thick shag rugs, things like that, this won't clean as deep or as thorough, but it won't get stuck. So that is actually a benefit in my book. I have a shag rug in our family room that no RoboVac, regardless of price point, can ever clean without getting stuck. But guess what? This one can do it because it doesn't have the brush roller.